Joining me now is Hans-Jakob Schindler, counterterrorism finances expert, who is senior director at the Counter-Extremism Project. He's been tracking Hamas and terrorism financial issues for over 25 years. Thanks very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so to dig a little deeper for us in terms of exactly where are they getting this money to start from?
Thank you so much for having me on. Unfortunately, as with any major terrorist organization, Hamas over the years has made sure that it has several overlapping income streams so that if you pressure one of them, it can substitute it with others. So the biggest pots really are, until about the beginning of October, anything that went on in Gaza, so any economic activity, but also taxes and levies on any aid money that came into Gaza. This is unfortunately a sad truth. Secondly, strategically, Qatar. 30 million per month were the official sum that they admitted. Very likely much more than that went from Qatar, in part from the Qatari government, but also from Qatari donors, directly into the Hamas coffers. Iran has already been mentioned, material support within weapons, arms, ammunition, trainings, but also money. And then we have the investment portfolio. Unfortunately, Hamas is not yet classified as a terror organization in many countries of the world. Right. So they can skeet around jurisdictions that don't have counterterrorism financing laws against them and establish companies, in part with sanctioned, US-sanctioned Hamas members on the board or as CEOs of companies that brought in revolving amounts of money. And then lastly, sympathizers and supporters, both in Europe as well as in America, but also around the world, who simply set up charitable or ostensibly charitable organizations and collected money that didn't go for any charitable causes, but went straight to Hamas.
So can the U.S. do anything about it? I mean, we talk about crackdowns, right? But it sounds to me like what you're saying is they've got enough other avenues in other countries that it's going to be tough for the U.S. to do much.
No, it's a question of focus, right? So obviously, the focus in the last couple of years was on Al-Qaeda, on the Islamic State, on Iran, on Russia sanctions. These were the big ticket issues where investigative and sanctions energy, both in the US as well as in Europe, went to. But if there is a concerned effort now to tackle these financial structures of Hamas, there is much that can be done, starting with putting pressure on countries such as Iran or Qatar or Turkey that either directly fund Hamas or let Hamas operate on their territories to generate funding.
Yeah. All right, Hans-Jakob Schindler, thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Joining us now.